Okay. Hate that sound. Okay, anyway. Um, so tonight's will be recorded, and some connection codes will be if you resonate with somebody and what they're saying. Something I like to use is twinkle fingers, okay, like as a sign of, oh yeah, okay, me too, I resonate with that. Or the chest pat, if they're sharing something on their heart and you feel like I can empathize with that, or I hear you and I'm holding space for you. Or you can use the reactions. You can click, the surprise, whoa, or the heart, or major congratulations. And doing so really helps the other person feel seen, heard, and held, which is all really nice. Avoid giving advice, I would say, and always speak from a place of I. So I felt that my experience was really personalize it and bring yourself to life in these sessions. Okay? Can we all agree to that? Twinkle fingers? Awesome. Yay! I love it. All right, all right. We'll go ahead and get started with a brief meditation. So, wherever you are, just drop everything you have in your hands and close your eyes and settle back in your chair. And don't feel too camera conscious. No one is looking at you. I'm not even looking at you. And really allow this time to settle in for yourself. Allow the muscles on your cheeks to relax and your eyes to rest in their sockets. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Allow yourself to live in the now, to live in this space, whatever that is, however you're feeling. No preconceived notions, no stories you're telling yourself, because all stories live in the past and they're not alive in this very second. The only thing alive in this second is this heartbeat, this breath, this music. You are safe here, and your okayness has never left you. Your okayness has always been here, sitting alongside you. And we might experience this okayness in moments of bliss when we experience profound peace. In those moments of awe, when we see the sunset and we can't help but take a breath. When we see the sunrise, when we give someone we haven't seen in a long time a hug. When we gaze into somebody's eyes, oh my God, how scary and beautiful is that? To be seen and to see. In these moments, we experience God. We feel connected. We feel taken aback. And we feel beauty. Can you remember the last time you experienced something like that? Bring up a time that really made you go, wow, oh my God. Wow, oh my God. What were you seeing? What were you feeling? Where were you? How old were you? Where was this? Take that tiny moment and let it expand and radiate through your entire body. Embody it, feel it. Let this joy or whatever you're feeling, this awe, light up your body. Know that on the outside, this very moment looks ordinary, completely ordinary. You're having an ordinary moment, and it feels extraordinary. It is so small and yet so big. It is so small and yet so powerful. It is so small and yet so moving. It is these moments we really feel alive because we're feeling with our entire existence. These moments of beauty are never far. Our minds just become clear in these moments, clear enough for us to see, clear enough for us to see the sun, unclouded by thoughts of judgment, of problems, of issues staring right us in the face. These moments where the sky is clear and we're unblocked by our connection to our connection. Let it move you. Let it live you. Let this moment live you. It wants to live you. You are the entire ocean in one drop. And this universe just wants to experience yourself through you. You are the channel, the medium for her to have this experience. Your body, your senses, let her borrow it and let her live herself through you. And it's a mutual relationship. Because when she lives through you, you really live in flow. Can you see yourself through the eyes of Source? And how loving and guided and safe and protected you always are, no matter which direction you leap. We get really caught up in the details. But if you zoom out, you see so much more. You see the bigger picture. There's so much safety there. And there is always hope. And there's always ease. There's always an okayness. There's an underlying tone of okayness that has never left you. So rest in knowing that. Trust in that. That's all you need. That's all you need. Breathing in and exhale. Bring both hands in front of your heart and press down into your chest just a little bit, like you're almost pressing down on your heart. This is important. This moment, this isness. Take one more deep breath in. And exhale, slowly blink the eyes open. You can do a little bit of a yawn, a stretch in your body, roll your shoulders back. Awesome. All right. So happy to see all these new faces. Hello, Jack. Thanks for joining us. And hi, Elena. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you could turn on your video, it would be really lovely. If you're not comfortable with that, I can respect that. But for most optimal connection, we would love to see your beautiful faces. Okay. Tonight, our theme, we're going to touch on archetypes. Has anyone heard of an archetype before? Just like raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so a few of us know what archetypes are. Beautiful. Oh yeah, feel free to use the chat if you want to type in your thoughts as we go along. Okay, so how do I like to describe archetypes? I feel like Google can probably do a better way of phrasing this, but it's like taking on different energies of different characters. There's many different archetypes. And I think depending on like what set of systems, you see a different set of archetypes. We're going to discover 4 of them today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we're going to discover 4 of them today. And our intention for this very last soul circle of December is to think of something of the most pressing thing that's going on in your heart right now, in your life right now. So an issue, a problem, something you're dealing with, something that's troubling you. Make it really personal so that you can really apply this. And then we're going to see that problem through the lens of every single archetype so that it can shed different light and different insights onto what might occur to you in that instance. And when we see differently, we're able to do differently and we're able to feel differently. So before we jump into that theme, we're going to go around and do very quick introductions. We're going to say our name, our pronouns, where we're from, and what we collect more of more than anyone else. So my name is Linda. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I go by she, her, and I collect a lot of yoga mats and oracle cards. Trying to be a minimalist, I probably collect a lot more of these than I should, but they make me happy, so I'll get rid of other things more than I get rid of yoga mats and oracle cards. I'm going to pass the ball to Kevin.
Sorry, I was muted. I'm Kevin. I go by he. I'm from New Brunswick originally. I live in Ontario now, Oshawa. I don't really think I have any kind of collections. I don't really collect.
Is there something that you buy very often?
Food. No, not really. I'm not materialistic um, in that sense.
Cool.
I don't really have any collections.
All right. Thank you for sharing, Kevin. I think that's the best thing. Less things to get rid of. I'm going to roll the ball to Anna Maria. Hi, darling.
Hi, I'm Anna Maria. Uh, my pronouns are she, and I'm from Romania. And I probably collect the most, I don't know, memories or something. Um, I don't think I have a collection or something, but I also have oracle cards and tarot cards that are more than I wanted.
I hear you. Awesome. Thank you for coming all the way from Romania. No, it's quite the time difference. I'm going to pass the ball to Jennifer.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm from Arizona in the United States. And I never thought of it before, but I collect rocks. Every time I go outside or go hiking or go anywhere that doesn't even have to mean like a special trip, but I always end up bringing home rocks with me. And anything I find that I think is beautiful, I pick it up and it goes in my backyard at home. So it's not taking up space at my house, but I don't know. They're pretty. I like them. They make me happy.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. How about you, Dan?
Hi, my name's Dan. I'm from Toronto. I go by he, him. I don't really collect much either, but if there's one thing I do collect, it would be music. To date, I have about 100,000 albums. I do obsess a little bit over having complete discographies, so that's where a lot of it does come from. If I find an artist that I really like, I need to have everything that they've made.
Mm, that's amazing. Old school. All right, Erin.
Hello, I'm Erin, she, her in Kitchener, Ontario, and I guess I'd say I collect books. You can probably see that's one of my bookshelves. I also work for a book publisher. If I had to pay full price, I definitely wouldn't have as many books as I do.
I love it. I wish your book publisher sold Oracle cards, low key. I'm going to pass the ball to Alina.
Hi, I'm Alina. I'm calling in from Montreal, Canada, and I do collect notebooks. I was looking for a notebook to write in today, and I was like going through all of the different ones. Which one should I use tonight? So I'll definitely say I have a lot of notebooks that are half used or full use. I keep them all.
I so resonate with that. And last but not least, Jack. Hey, Jack, can you hear us? If you can, I know you're having video issues, but try to see if you can unmute. We'd love to hear a little bit about you and what you collect.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Hello?
Yeah, there we go.
Yahoo! Let me try the video thing now. You guys can all see each other, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I think making some progress here. So, what do I collect? I think it was Jennifer that said she collected rocks. I collect rocks too. Although I don't necessarily collect small rocks very often. If I see small flat rocks, I collect them for a weird reason. Whenever I go by ponds and lakes and stuff, I like to skim them on the water. But mostly I collect large rocks. because I have a pretty good sized piece of property here, and I'm always doodling on it, and I have equipment. So when I see a rock that looks like it's the right rock for the right job, the stone wall or the rock garden or whatever, I scoop them up. So I have piles of rocks.
I love it.
Okay.
Thank you, Jack. All right. Okay, I want to respect everyone's time, so I want to end on time today. So, let's talk about the different types of archetypes. Okay. I'm going to give you 1 minute to think of an issue or problem or something that's really troubling you right now and journal that down. So you have until 8:26. And the more specific the problem, the better it is. Not the better the problem, but the better the example it is to work with. Okay, start finishing up. All right. Okay. So, keeping that in mind, really think about why it is troubling to you, what it is you're trying to get out of it. Those two. What it is you're trying to get out of it and why it is troubling to you, and what you think you need to do to have it go the way that you want. So for me, I'm a little perfectionistic in some of my routines. If I don't hit certain markers, I feel like it was a waste of time or it's a waste of my energy. I don't know, I'm not good enough. I know I don't necessarily say I'm not good enough, but I feel like I didn't do myself justice that day. That's what's most pressing on my heart today. So make it really personal to you. Dan says, can you say it one more time? Yeah. So why is it really troubling to you? Why is this problem even significant? And what you think you have to do to satisfy that problem so that it's solved, so that it's good, so that it's taken care of. What do you need to do to take care of it? the next question is, how does it make you feel? How does knowing the answer to both of those make you feel? How does journaling about that and thinking about this make you feel? All right, so finishing up, we're going to enter the very first archetype, and we're going to start to see the issue or the problem that you are experiencing right now through the lens of every single archetype. The very first archetype is the warrior. So if you will let yourself imagine, you can close your eyes if you find it helpful, or stare off into the distance. If you imagine a warrior, he represents the characteristics of discipline. It's fire energy. It's the yang of the yin. It's masculine energy. It's grit. It's stoicism. It is, it's like the tough love. It really is kind of like the tough love. It's the it's the strength. It really is the strength and the grit. A warrior, I picture a warrior to be standing with a proud chest, maybe a spear, with a sharp chin and a strength in his stance. It's a strength posture, I want to say. I'm going to take my example so that you can try doing the same for your instance. So if I were to think about my problem and I were to put myself in the shoes of a warrior, how would a warrior deal with routine, let's just say exercise, the routineness of exercise perfection? I think he would say something like, you just got to do it. You got to do it. You show up. You don't cry over spilled milk. You put on your running shoes, and you don't complain. You don't complain. Winners don't complain. You show up and you do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Wake up, shake up. Don't think about it. Just go. Go, 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 go. Okay? It's like Jillian Michaels. I'm thinking like Shaun T. I'm thinking, I don't know if you guys are knowing these people, but it's like, come on, you got it. Let's do it. Power. Okay? That's what I think of when I think of the warrior. So when I think of my problem through the lens of a warrior, that's what I'm thinking. Now, not every type of archetype is going to help in every sort of instance. You will find what's right for you in every sort of instance. So for you, I want you to imagine, or you can close your eyes if you want, or look off into a distance. What would the archetype of a warrior do? What would the archetype of a warrior say in your instance? And I want you to jot down anything that comes into mind. You don't have to write a paragraph. This is not a novel. What would the warrior do? What would the warrior in you do? Okay, I'm gonna give you 10 more seconds. Beautiful. All right. Moving on to the second archetype. It's the lover. I want to say this is the yin. This is the yin to the yang of the warrior. The lover in you is about the energy of acceptance, the energy of grace. It is the feminine energy. It is the motherly energy. It is the grandmotherly energy. It is the compassionate hug. It is a softness. There's a softness in there. You can think of people like Mother Teresa. You can think of people like Galadriel in Lord of the Rings. You can think of like a goddess motherly energy, like an angel. So bringing your instance into this archetype, what would the lover in you say? How would the lover in you react in this instance? For me, I think the lover would say, whatever you choose to do, whether or not you choose to run today, or jog, or squat, or you just walk, or you don't do any of that, I love you. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be taken care of. The world is not gonna explode, and you deserve more love, not less. That's what my lover would say. So if you close your eyes and think about what the lover in you would say, what the nurturer in you would say in this instance, what would they say? I'll give you a minute. I'm gonna give you 10 more seconds for the lover. There's your lover in all of us. All right. We're going to move on to the next archetype, archetype 3 out of 4. This one is the magician. Okay? I want you to think of Robert Williams in Aladdin. Okay, that genie. Come on, let's make it. Let's make it happen. Can't do 3 things though. Okay, he's playful. I want you to think of jokers. Okay, I want you to think of the little witty child. I want you to think of playful energy. So the magician, what his mantra is, how can I make this fun? How can I make this a game? How can I gamify this? So what the warrior may fight through and what the lover may love unconditionally, the magician playfully flicks their fingers and the problem is gone. Okay? They use humor, they use lightheartedness, they use playfulness, and they use imagination and creativity. The world is the magician's playground. So I think for me, I guess in the instance of the exercise regimen, okay, I'm gonna run to that pole, and then I'm gonna run to that pole, and for every bench I see, I'm just gonna do 10 tricep dips. And every person I pass, I have to say really loud, Happy Christmas, Happy Christmas and the Merry New Year, like something silly, okay? Making it really, really playful. I know that I was talking to a friend that had social anxiety, and I told him to play the rejection game. And I think I just might make a complete soul circle for the rejection game. But essentially what it is he's afraid to get rejected. So I said, why not play the rejection game in which you are trying to get rejected? So you either win or you win. You either get rejected, which is exactly what you're aiming for, or you get what you ask for, which is can be completely obnoxious. So examples like going through the parking lot and asking the guy parked next to you if you can get a ride like 2 blocks down the street. Going to the cashier and saying, can I get a 10% discount? Why? Just cause. I don't know what else. Asking the barista out? I don't know. But it's playful. It's trying to get rejected, okay? It's rejection therapy. It's actually a lot of fun, and it's so scary and funny. So the magician would love this game. Think about your problem not as being so heavy, but as being something lighthearted, like a game. What would the magician in you do? What would they do? Jot down your notes. Okay, wrap that up. And our very last archetype. Who's done writing so far? Yeah? Okay. Okay, most of us are done writing. Okay. All right, good. So the very last archetype is the sovereign. I want you to think of a king that overlooks from his castle and see how his entire life is pieced together. So the king or the sovereign oversees all archetypes and chooses which one to use and what to do. He is the all-encompassing energy. He is universe energy. He is, think Jesus, think God, those kind of archetypes. You are God, you are Jesus. What would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? Think Morgan Freeman kind of narrative voice. Think Eckhart Tolle. Think King Solomon, if you're familiar with the Bible. Okay? So the sovereign is impartial to any direction and is completely non-judgmental. He or she has a unique grace, calm, wisdom, and confidence to them. So in your case, what would the sovereign do? What would Jesus do? What would God do? Okay, start wrapping that up. Who needs more time and who's done? Can I get a this for done and can I get a this for more time? Done, more time. Done, okay, done, done. More time, okay, a little more time. 1 more minute. Awesome. Wrap it up. All right. So, in each of these 4 archetypes, the warrior, the lover, the magician, and the sovereign, I want you to think of 2 things for each archetype. Their physiology, aka their stance, what their body posture is, where they hold their energy, and then a mantra that this archetype carries. For example, the sovereign might say something like, do or don't do, it is the same. You do or you don't do, it is the same. All forms lead to Rome. All roads lead to Rome. And maybe the warrior might say something like, just do it. Just do it, or one more. One more makes all the difference. Go the extra mile. I've got this. I can do hard things. The lover might say something different. The lover might say, what would the lover say? The lover would say, I love you regardless. Can you see how much you are loved regardless? Where is the joy in this? Where is the joy in this work? What do you love about it? That's something the lover might say. And then the magician might say something like, how can we make it fun? Come on, let's do it. Let's make it fun. Let's add some sparkles, add some bacon. Yours is completely different. So think about their mantra, where they hold their energy. Like you can see that with the magician, and we're kind of already doing this. I really feel the energy here with the magician. Okay? Whereas with the warrior, I feel it more here. Huh. That's what I hear. That's what I feel with the warrior. And I'm taking a wide stance. You can't see my feet right now, but they're really wide. Okay? So think about their stance, aka their physiology, and a mantra that they will say for each of these. I'll give you 5 minutes, and you can turn off your camera for a second to actually embody the stance. Get it in your body. Experiment with it. The more you embody it, the more you're going to feel it. And the more naturally the answers are going to come to you from that state. So I actually encourage you to do this. Two more minutes. start wrapping up. I had a lot of fun. And don't try to get it perfect. Don't try to get it right. Don't get in your head, really. It's about playing with it and experimenting with it. So something that I find really helpful is if you still don't know some of the mantras or physiology, is just to try different things. So, you know, like I said, I didn't really know what to say for warrior, so I just kept saying warrior, warrior, warrior. Okay, warrior, warrior, warrior. Huh! Huh! And I just, you know, like whatever comes to me will come to me. Let out a sound. Say the archetype. Try a posture. If it doesn't feel right in your body, then you can just disintegrate that and move it again. Keep moving your body, move your voice, and it will come to you. You don't have to invent this. It will come through you. The inspiration will come through you and land. With that being said, I would love to finally go around, hear your voices on some of the mantras and the physiologies that some of these archetypes have. And I would love to see them if you feel brave enough and willing to show some vulnerability in what the physiology might look like and what your mantra will sound like. Maybe it takes on a particular voice. I know my magician does. Think of these as entryways. When you're in your problem, think of them as entryways of how do you take on this archetype? Okay, I'm going to take on the archetype of a magician. Okay, my entryway is come on. Okay, now I got it. Come on, let's do this. Make some money. We're gonna get some money, honey. So already I'm feeling lighter. Already I'm feeling like a trickster, a jokester. I'm feeling like dancing around. So my in is this. And it's saying, come on. Let's make it rain. Let's make it happen. Chop, chop. Okay? Yeah, let's go around and share what came up for us. Erin.
I have to share what the problem is first, right? Or how are we doing this?
Yeah, you can share your problem as well.
Well, okay, so for the warrior, there was strong and full of fight. I figured that was like the physiology for me, just like with the mantra, don't give up. Yeah, because basically my thing is I'm trying to get my art going. And so if a warrior were in that position, just keep going. The lover, for the physiology I had, it would be in the heart, and it's stable. The posture would be like stable but not forceful, like still strong but not like, anyway. Follow your passion was my mantra for that one. Let's see. Sorry, I wrote on multiple pages. The magician, mindful but light is what I had for the physiology. And my mantra was why so serious, and then I realized that the Joker said that, but then it still makes me laugh, so I feel like it kind of fits. And it definitely fits in with getting my art going, because as Linda knows, it's like letter monster stuff. I think if a magician were to draw, it would be very similar to that. So sovereign, I just wrote all encompassing for the physiology. I didn't really get that, but the mantra was have faith. So
I love that. Thank you for sharing, Erin. I saw some reactions from other people. I love that. Keep doing that. Let's hear from Dan.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So first we have the warrior. I imagine the warrior standing, in like a battlefield, maybe with a sword. Think of like a Trojan warrior, so to speak. I picture him saying to me, like, go, you got to go do it now. It's time to fight, get up, no pain, no gain. You got to do this, so on and so forth. For the lover, I picture motherly traits, soft, calm, I picture her in a garden, you know, birds around, flowers, whatnot, assuring me. She would tell me, yeah, just assuring me, you know, heal. Everything's gonna be okay. One sec. Yeah, basically just that, just calming and reassuring that you can do this. You were made to do this. Trust yourself. That kind of thing. The magician, I can't help but imagine the genie, as you mentioned. For him, I just think, ta-da! Like, there it is. Yeah, I just playful, just making the problem seem like a game. Telling me this is easy. Just play your game, live your thing. It's fine. And then for the king, I picture authority. So a king sitting on a throne, so to speak. You know, telling me, you know, this is the way. This is the way it's going to be. It must be that way. This is almost like law. Like it has to. I picture him saying, you know, do this. This is the solution to your problem because it is, you know, it's the right thing to do. You were born for this, and your life depends on it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Dan. How
I
about
actually have.
yeah?
Actually, I have actually one thing that I wanted to share that all four of these
Archetype.
yeah would say, and that kind of, it came to me that I was trying to fit in one. I was trying to fit in this one thing that this one thought I had, and I couldn't fit it into one archetype, and that one thing was, it can all be yours.
Mhm.
I yeah.
Oh, okay, wait. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's so yummy. Now, where did that come from? That wow.
It just kind of happened. I don't know.
Oh
Just
my
happened.
God. I love that one the most. Can I just, and I see a heart from Aaron as well. I'm feeling an energy there come to you. I'm feeling a an openness. There's an openness there. Hold on to it. I'm
All right.
serious, man. Hold on to it. Let it live you. It came to you to be lived. This thought, this energy came to you to be lived. Live it, breathe it. You're in a safe space. Explore it, and it can all be yours. It can all be yours. I wonder where this came from. It can all be yours. Yeah, live it. Let it live you. Ponder about it. Or just let it ponder you. If that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. That's great. Let's move on to Anna Maria.
Okay. So for the warrior, I imagined a running posture, you know, and the words "just do it."
Mm.
Okay. For the lover one, the words are "you're enough," and it's like this posture. Yes. For the magician, it was like standing up. Oh, thank you. With like a hand on the hip and the other one like this. And the words like "let's get this started" or "voila" or something. And for the sovereign, it's like I imagined a king that is very bored and somehow just looks at you and the words were a meme that I remembered. There's a meme with a guy that says, "Oh no," anyway. And it's just like that, like yeah. And my favorite one is the magician, to be honest, because it's fun and he makes an adventure out of everything and like a challenge and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. And I love that you embodiment, Anna Maria. I really do. Kevin.
All right, so the warrior, I was picturing him standing with his hands on his hips on like a hill, looking down at a valley and like a big, big mountain in the distance, representing the obstacle that he must overcome. And I had him saying, "It shall be conquered always," just as his motto. For the lover, I actually borrowed from our last soul circle. I pictured the older me that was visiting the 5-year-old me and giving him a really big hug, just because in that moment I really loved a version of myself. And I had the lover saying, "You are forever loved." The magician, I had him kind of just in a playful posture, a little bit like Anna Maria. And he was just so excited to take on this massive obstacle, like it was going to be really fun. And I just have him saying, "This is going to be a fun challenge." And he's just all bubbly and excited about it and, ready to tackle it in some clever way or something like that. The one that hit me the most, though, was the sovereign. And I kind of pictured a king in his throne with all his warriors in front of him. And all his warriors were different versions of me. So, there was a sad me, there was an angry me, there was a happy me, there was a warrior me, there was a lover me. And there was just a bunch of them out there. And he was overlooking all of them and basically dictating what the best path forward was. And I have him saying something pretty simple. He just says, "Forward forever."
I love that mantra. Forward forever. Thank you, Kevin. Super powerful. Alina.
So I find it interesting because I feel like the warrior for everyone had a lot of movement, but mine was not moving. It was also, and it wasn't going anywhere. There wasn't any mountain. It was kind of like, I just visualized it like as if a war had happened and there's a warrior overlooking like all the shit that had just gone down. And I think someone else had that similar posture, like with the hands on the hips and being like, okay, and it's raining, so the rain will pass is the mantra of the warrior. Like the rain will pass, like everything passes for the warrior. And then the lover was kind of like Anna Maria, but the hands were on the arms more, like either hugging someone or hugging herself. And the mantra was, "It's okay to feel, it's okay to feel." I was very soft and simple that way. And the magician, it was a lot more like Merlin, so like an older kind of wizard with more like just a twinkle in the eye. And the mantra was like, it's not even a phrase or word. It's like, I'm gonna, we're gonna do something here. And it was just I could just get to the visualization of like the eyes being kind of like, we're gonna do something kind of vibe. And the sovereign was kind of similar to the warrior now that I think of it. And I saw her again overlooking, and the feeling that I get is like, even if all of, what would the sovereign do is it wouldn't like help me, or it wouldn't be that they wouldn't be intervening as just like a witness, kind of like, and that's his life, continue. And there's not much to be done more. So there's for me, what I'm realizing while I hear everyone talk is that there's a lot of stillness in all of the archetypes. So it's interesting to me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Alina. Jennifer.
All right. For the warrior, I imagined him to be kind of with his arms crossed and his chin up, and his eyes were closed. And I kind of noticed this with all four of them, that I really focused on what their eyes were doing. So I'm imagining the warrior has his eyes closed because he sees no other answer. He already knows it just is what it is. And his mantra was to be strong and just do it. The lover kind of had her head tilted and her arms out, ready to give you a hug. And her eyes were very, very kind. You could just see and feel the kindness. And then her mantra was that, oh, child, it's okay. It's always okay. And the magician I had a really hard time with. Kind of had shoulders up. The eyes were open so wide with excitement, maybe searching for an answer and searching for a way. And their mantra was, let's go. No matter what it is, let's go. And the sovereign had their hands clasped neatly and calmly in front of them, and held their head low, and their eyes were only halfway open, as if they were relaxed and at ease and weren't searching for the answer because they already knew. And the mantra was, you know the answers. And for where they held their energy, when I got to the last one, the sovereign, they held their energy everywhere, within him, within me, within the world. And I kind of felt that I saw that in all of them. The warrior, I was thinking he held his energy in the mind, or the lover held it in her heart. The magician, I had no idea. I had a really hard time relating to that one. But I feel like they kind of all hold their energy in a place that is shared with me personally. Like I could reach that, I could tap into that. Okay.
I love it, because the point is to tap into it whenever you need to. The point is to tap into whatever you're going through in life, an archetype that you feel like would really serve in every single instance. And in every instance, it'll be a different archetype. And over time, you might switch archetypes. Here's a popcorn style as we start to round out tonight's soul circle. Popcorn, aka just unmute yourselves and share. But which archetype comes to you the most naturally, and which ones were harder to let in?
I'm naturally the lover, and the hardest one was the magician.
I had a bit of a hard time with the magician as well. I don't always have the most playful attitude, so I actually enjoyed picturing him because it was refreshing to see someone with a bubbly attitude towards such a challenging problem. So I sort of enjoyed the challenge of trying to figure him out.
I love that. And something I've learned in acting class when I was doing acting is anything that I found, any archetype that I found challenging to start to embody and really get into the mindset of, I watched YouTube, like not YouTubers, but like I YouTubed people like Jim Carrey. Like he comes up for magician for me. Or when like Catwoman, if I needed to be like feline and slick and sensual, I would do Catwoman, Anne Hathaway in the Batman movie, and like, what was her feeling? What was, I find researching things like that to be really, really, really helpful. So good on you.
Yeah, I also found the magician hard. I think the question was like, which one did you connect with most, right? In the beginning. So I definitely connected most with kind of the sovereign, because I'm at a point like with my issue that I don't really know what to do. So I just end up doing nothing. So it's like, okay, I guess, you have to just witness the moment. And the magician was hard. And I was like, how can this issue be playful? It seems impossible for this to be playful. Like, what would be playful in this situation? And then what I didn't mention before is that like I came up with the, kind of what you were saying, like this rejection game. But it's like, oh, every time that I want to, or have the inclination to do X, instead I will like whistle a song, but it has to be a funny song. It can't be a sad song. It has to be, because it's like instead of self-indulging into like the sadness, like do the opposite. So that was from your rejection game inspiration.
Awesome. Thank you. I resonate with the fact that I'm tapping more and more into my sovereign, I feel like every day I feel like it's very like acceptance for me. For me, you do or you don't do, a decision has already been made, and life is going to take you, for me, life is going to take you by the hands and you're going to end up there. Try not to get in the way of thinking too much. So I resonate with that. I resonate with that. Thank you.
Can I go?
Yeah, go.
Okay. If I had to choose one, it would definitely be the sovereign. I've always thrived off of sort of structure and routine. However, I can honestly say that depending on my mind and my mood, those 4 archetypes are fluid, actually. So in the sense of, you had mentioned working out and whatever, the warrior is like, yeah, let's go. The lover would say, this is what you're born to do. It's going to be okay. Trust yourself. The magician is, it's going to be good. And then the sovereign was, you must. It's all kind of fluid to me.
So what was that phrase that you said came to you can have it all?
It can all be yours.
And I'll be yours.
Yeah. It's all the same, but different.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, that is such the mantra tonight. It's all the same but different.
Depending on how you want to look at it. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. Anyone else want to popcorn it?
Yes. Oh, sorry. You first.
So I have to say that I found sovereign and the warrior to be the most difficult, and that I actually am a magician. I think that is what comes the easiest to me, is just having fun with it and making the best of things and trying to find the humor in it. Like, yeah, that is me. That's what comes through in my art. And then I hear one negative comment from someone and I want to back down. So that's where I need to pull into the warrior and the sovereign more, to just persevere and be confident and not feel like I have to be in tune with everyone, or that I have to please everybody, when it's, yeah.
I love
That's me.
that. Thank you, Erin. You're really sassy. I love your humor, I will say. Anna Maria.
Okay. The one I resonate with the most is the magician, because it feels like that spontaneous friend that just gives you a call at 5 in the morning and tells you, get ready because we're going on an adventure. And I'm always like that friend that brings positive vibes and is like the cheerleader of the group. And I like that. And I like to find things funny somehow, or to make something that I don't like more fun. To feel like I get to do this, not I have to do this, and it's gonna be great. And yeah. And I resonate the least with the sovereign, probably because it's kind of hard for me to just be so impartial and just go with the flow and not think so much about it. So like I still have to work on this.
Mhm. Yeah, I love that. Ah, I think there's one that I feel like most of us are more inclined to compared to the others, and then there's one that we feel a little more resistant to or not really sure how to let it in. And that's really natural. That I find that true to be for me as well. But know that it will live you if you let it in and if you give it the time and the space for it to come in. And you don't have to force yourself to try to embody any of them, but when you feel called to, when you feel the instinct, when you get the thought, hey, why don't we try this archetype, give it a go and see what happens. Don't anticipate, like see what happens. So we're gonna round out tonight's um we're gonna round out tonight's soul circle. I really hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it was really creative. I think this is the most creative one that I've held so far. Any last thoughts before we close out with a meditation?
I loved the embodiment, like to make us do the postures. I think that was so helpful.
Why?
I loved it. Thank you.
How was it helpful, if you don't mind me asking? The embodying.
Yeah, I think like you said, once you put yourself in those shoes of the archetype, the mantra came easier. And not just the mantra, but the purpose of what that archetype can serve the issue or you became clearer. So that's why I found it helpful. Like it's one thing to mentally say, okay, the warrior looks like this, seems like that. What is it trying to tell me? And then the other step for me was to literally put my feet in that sensation and feel what was the point of that perspective. Yeah.
Thank you. That's amazing. Yeah, you get to really live it when you actually, it's like
It integrates better, I find.
yes, it's like reading a book on how to ride a bicycle versus actually riding the bicycle. Get on the damn bicycle. You're gonna learn so much more. Anything else? Anyone else before we close out? Yes, Jennifer.
I just liked how everything tied together, where we started with thinking about, what was the most pressing issue on our hearts personally at the moment, and how you got to play out and see all these different approaches. And by the end, you got to see no matter which one you take, it's going to be okay. Which is like one of those easier said than done kind of things. Like we all know that it's going to be okay, or maybe you don't. I mean, maybe you think it's going to be okay, but I don't know. It just kind of brought it to life a little more, and it felt a little more reassuring and just kind of freeing.
How do you feel right now, Jennifer?
Calm. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mhm.
Kevin.
Yeah, I feel a little bit of the same. I'm facing what I feel is one of the biggest challenges in my life right now, and to see it from different perspectives, basically different versions of myself, was what I found most profound. And for that reason, I think I resonated with the sovereign the most, because it felt like he was overlooking all the different versions of me that are dealing with this same problem. Sometimes there's a sad me, or sometimes there's an angry me. There's just a lot of different versions of me that are dealing with this. And sometimes I find myself trapped in one perspective more than another one. Sometimes it might be sad, sometimes it might be angry. But it was useful to see someone like the magician approach it with more of like a playfulness to it. And I don't know, that was my favorite thing, was just looking at it from different perspectives, even though they're all my own. They're still like different versions of me looking at this problem.
I think the sovereign would say something like, you are the isness of this moment. What is living here? Be here where you don't want to be. Yeah, be here now. Be in it, sit in it, be there. And I love what you said. Witnessing yourself. Witnessing yourself. But now we're getting really meta. Witnessing yourself. Witnessing yourself. Witnessing yourself. Within yourself. Thank you.
I wanted to thank you, Linda, and I also wanted to say that everyone is so cool, and I just love your vibes, and everyone is so nice, and it's probably the best little crowd that I've been in lately, and I like how open you are and how cute everything is. And I also like the fact that you didn't ask about our expectations before we started, because I find that question very hard, and I usually like to surrender and just not actually have some expectations.
I don't know if you saw
Love you.
hearts from everyone, Anna Maria. You are so held here. You are so welcome here. And thank you so much. You are so sweet yourself. The very things that's coming out of your mouth are the very things that you are. And
I'm gonna cry.
it's because you have that in yourself, you recognize that in everyone else. So everything you say is everything you are. Everything you see is everything you hold.
Thank you.
Last chance. I'm going to close out with a meditation. All right, let's close out with a meditation. Close your eyes. Shake it off. Shake, 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 shake. Shake your wrist, shake your head, shake your shoulders, shake your hips. Shake your hips. Yes, I mean shake your hips. Shake your booty, shake your legs, shake your toes. Let out a sound because you're on mute. Ha! And I'm not, so I probably look super silly. Okay. Feel your heart pounding. Feel any tingles you might have as residue in your body. Let this moment live you. Be here now. Place one hand in front of your heart and one hand on your lower belly. And notice how the belly and the heart rises with every inhale and deflates with every exhale. There's a life moving through us. We don't have to think about every breath. We don't have to think about every heartbeat. There is a life that lives that for us, just like there is a life that is leading us, that is guiding us, that is making decisions, whether or not we think we're making them or not. Things will be done, decisions will be made. Your body will go through. You will land, you will fall, you will fly. You will feel the universe see herself and feel herself through you. And you're along for the ride. You're along for the ride. All is well. 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 Really? Yes, really. All is well. Inhale deeply. Hold. Drop the shoulders and exhale. Drop the arms. Open the eyes. And clap it out. Last soul circle of the year. Yay! I'm so happy that all of you have came. I always host soul circles on the first Saturday of every single month, and coincidentally that falls on New Year's Day, January 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the next one. I would love to see you for the very next one if you are available, and if not, that's okay. Maybe we'll see you for the next one. You are always invited. If you want more content and to see more pep talks or workshops or things of the like, I just dropped, thank you for the heart, Dan, thank you, Alina, thank you, Anna Maria. I dropped my link, which is the beacons.page/thefitty, for little pep talks, little things on, I don't know, little perspectives you can take. Some of them are, magicianistic, is that a word? And some of them are just, more overall teachings and just little tidbits of happiness or positivity in your everyday life. It takes like 2 minutes to read or something like that. If you find that helpful, there is your resource. That is your one-stop shop for all of it. And that is the link for the next Soul Circle. I will also send out invites sometime later on in December, and you can RVSP for that early. Once again, I just want to thank all of you for coming. Thank you so much for being open to the woo, to the unconventional, to being open and to being vulnerable, and for doing the work, because more people need the authentic you, the messy you, the lover you, the magicianistic you, the sovereign you. We need all of you. The more integrated you are, the more wholesome you feel, and the more other people are able to see and feel that. Okay? Namaste. Thank you so much for coming, and maybe I'll see you at the next one. Bye. Mwah, 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 mwah. Have a wonderful